Ever feel like you're herding digital cats, trying to get your team all moving in the same direction?
It's a special kind of chaos, isn't it?
Right. Managing a remote team, that's its own beast. But then how do you actually make it, work? Getting everyone on the same page, hitting those goals, all while they're miles apart. That's what we're diving into today.
It's a question more and more leaders are grappling with these days. And the good news is there are proven strategies to make it work.
That's what I like to hear. And luckily, we've got some solid starting points to dig into today. We're talking clear expectations, nailing that communication, the right tools for the job, feedback, always a fun one. And okay, this is the big one, team culture. Like, how do you even build that when everyone's remote?
That's the million-dollar question. It's about being intentional, finding ways to create those water cooler moments, even virtually.
All right, I'm intrigued. So let's break this down, starting with expectations. Seems simple enough, but
Deceptively simple. Say when you're not all under one roof, it's easy for assumptions to creep in. Suddenly, what should be a 5-minute task turns into a whole day ordeal because no one was quite sure who was doing what.
in there.
Right. So clearly defining roles and responsibilities, that's crucial. Think of it as giving everyone a map and a compass. It cuts down on confusion, empowers people to take ownership.
It's like that saying, if it's everyone's job, it's no one's job.
Hmm.
Okay, communication. This has got to be key for remote teams.
Absolutely. Communication is the glue that holds it all together. Because think about it. In a traditional office setting, you've got those chance encounters, the quick chats by the coffee machine.
Mm.
Remote teams miss out on that.
So true. And without that, you're facing isolation, misunderstandings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why being proactive, deliberate with your communication is so important. Regular check-ins, virtual team meetings, that kind of thing.
So it's more than just, hey, send an email if you need something.
Yeah.
What does that look like in practice?
It's about finding rhythms that work for your team. Maybe it's a quick daily stand-up to keep projects on track, or a weekly team call to celebrate wins, address roadblocks.
It's about recreating that sense of connection you get in person. Okay, so we're connected. We're clear on who's doing what. Let's talk tools. You mentioned Slack, Zoom, Microsoft Teams. Pretty standard these days.
For sure. But it's not just about having the tools, it's about using them strategically.
Because email for everything just won't cut it.
Exactly. Video calls are great for brainstorming where you can see each other's reactions. But a quick question, shoot a chat message. And let's not forget project management tools, keeping everyone in the loop.
Choosing the right tool for the job. Makes sense. All right, feedback time. Everyone's favorite, right? What makes feedback different in a remote setting?
It's so easy for things to get lost in translation when you're not face to face. A small misunderstanding can snowball into a major issue.
Especially if you're not catching those nonverbal cues.
Exactly. So regular constructive feedback is essential. It lets team members know where they stand, helps them grow.
Catch those little things early.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, the big one. Team culture. How do you even begin to tackle that remotely?
This is where creativity comes in. You've got to be intentional about creating opportunities for connection.
Because you can't just rely on those spontaneous run-ins anymore.
Right. Think virtual coffee breaks, online team building activities, maybe even shared interest groups. Anything to foster that sense of camaraderie.
Remembering that we're all human, even in the digital world.
Mm.
We need that connection.
Absolutely. And when you create that, that's when you see real collaboration, innovation, and job satisfaction.
So these 5 tips, they're not just a checklist.
Not at all. They're the foundation for creating a thriving, engaged, successful remote team.
And that's what it's all about.
It is. As you start implementing these, think about your team's unique needs. What adjustments can you make to create an environment where everyone feels valued, heard, and motivated to do their best work?
Yeah, that's something to think about.